Watching News at Prime, let's bring you this conversation now. Last night, we spoke to the Gauteng legislature's Privileges and Ethics Committee member, Lesego Makubela, on the damning report against EFF Gauteng Secretary Moshe Koma. It found that the member of the legislature allegedly did not attend the parliamentary sittings. According to the legislature, he only attended 18 of the more than 60 House sittings in the last 5 years. Koma joins us in studio now to explain himself. But first, let's take a listen to what Lesego Makubela said to us last night.
It was a feeling of the House sitting that we take a decision that this man should be prosecuted, that the criminal charges should be instituted against him, because he has been absconding from work not for 5 weeks, not for 5 days, but for 5 years.
Well, let's get the conversation underway. Mr. Koma, good evening to you and thank you for your time. What's your explanation for missing House sittings and committee meetings?
Thank you very much, Koli. First, we have to establish 2 facts. The guy, because it's limited, we have to clarify. The work of public representatives is not limited to attending meetings. It has a lot of aspects in it. It means assisting the communities when they're there, providing leadership on the ground. So the past 5 years of the current administration, 60% of that administration was on hybrid. So meaning we were attending online. So we did attend. So all those things are just political smearing against the EFF and trying to campaign.
Yeah.
I mean, he came here with an ANC regalia, but he's coming here with the recognition that he's a member of the Ethics Committee. So we can't distinguish whether we are dealing with the ANC issues or political issues or issues of governance in the legislature. So here lies the confusion again. But we said we must come here because he thought that we are scared, and we don't report to the ANC. So we must give a historical background of what happened. So the ANC Gauteng released a statement first. Him as a spokesperson, he released a statement and said, we have noted that Moshe Koma is not attending the legislature sittings. And even said, I've been a member of the Gauteng legislature since 2015. And come back to correct that statement. They released another statement from the ANC caucus in the Gauteng legislature, correcting that because they've already made the first mistake, to say, I'm not being attending, I'm not being there, I'm not being doing anything in the legislature. ANC first. ANC issues a statement. Now, the legislature must act with what the ANC have already pronounced outside the premise of the legislature. Yeah. That is politically incorrect.
All right.
Yes.
I'd like to come in at this point. So 2 issues I'd like to deal with. You're saying that in the last 5 years,
yes,
the sittings of the House are not limited to physical meetings. You have been attending meetings online. My understanding is that you were appointed to the legislature on October of 2019. Am
yes.
I correct? COVID hit South Africa in 2020.
Yes.
2022, the country, yes, we may not have done away with COVID. It remains with us to this day. Yes. But the meetings of Parliament, the provincial legislatures, those are now physical meetings.
Yes.
So why are you still attending meetings online?
I was responding with regard to the entire administration my 5 years, because they're accusing me holistically of what have happened in the past 5 years. That's why I brought also the issue of COVID that enabled us to, therefore, attend online. But with that being said, I'm attending meetings and I'm doing my constituency work as per the mandate of the EFF, because I'm a deployee of the EFF in the Gauteng legislature, not a deployee of the ANC. I report to my party leader, not to the chief whip of the ANC in the Gauteng legislature.
But let me ask you this question.
Yes.
who appointed you, or let me put it this way, who voted for the EFF in order for the EFF to represent them in the Gauteng legislature? Is it not the community of Gauteng?
Thank you. It's the citizens of Gauteng that have put me there, and I'm serving them very well. For example, let me give an example, Toli. When we were marching and closing the Department of Education to fight for space in Gauteng, what do you call that? For all the children to find space in Gauteng, we were there. I was leading that march. When I was shot in Alexander, fighting for settlement of the people of Stwetl, what do you call that? Is it not the work of the legislature? Is it not that constituency work? Is not that saving the people of Gauteng? It's saving the people of Gauteng. When our salaries were contributed to the COVID fund through the EFF, giving back to our people, is it not that saving the people of Gauteng? When we were distributing bread in Soweto with our salary money during the time of COVID, is that not saving our people? When we marched to all the public hospitals complaining and raising fundamental issues about the state of the public health in Gauteng, is it not what the community and the citizens of Gauteng would like us to do? Being in a meeting under a hotel, enjoying muffins, having meetings in a hotel next to a bar, in a highly alcoholic space, does not constitute us serving the people of Gauteng. We are misusing the resources of our people. Taking international trips, they are spending over millions taking international trips to go and discuss an issue of public health in Canada, in the USA, when the issue is happening in Tembisa. I said to them, why can't we have the meetings in Tembisa, where our people are at? If we have a problem of a sinkhole in Westland, in Kutsong, why are we not having the meetings in Kutsong? No, we must go and meet in a hotel. Why must we meet in a hotel? So that they can steal the money because they are corrupt, so that they can later at night call girlfriends to come and join them. Then in the morning when we get to those meetings, they are still spilling alcohol. Those are the people that we must respect. Those are the meetings that we must attend. Our people need us the most. And I don't report to the ANC. I report to the party leader of the EFF, who is Philip Magwal, who knows my whereabouts as the deployee of the EFF. Further to that, the guy who was here issued a statement under the ANC umbrella. And that statement come and find its manifest in the Gauteng legislature. It means now we are reporting to Little House.
I get you.
Yes.
I think you've already addressed that part. While South Africans listening to you may possibly have sympathy for what you say is constituency work that you are conducting, as opposed to sitting in hotels, in rooms full of alcohol.
Yes.
But that community or the constituency you represent will still want to know what is the way forward on a particular policy proposition. What are you going to tell them if you don't attend the meetings?
Okay, let me also put it to context. Only in the legislature, we are deployed to committees. It's not only me. We have 2 of us, 3 of us. We alternate. So if I'm not there, other EFF representative is able to argue those policies in the legislature. It's not about me. Why do you have to make it about me? The EFF is a representative. And by the way, I have a constitutional mandate from the EFF. The EFF have given me a privilege in the constitution of the EFF as a provincial secretary to be permanently on the ground and administrate branches of the EFF. So I must strike a balance between governance and the EFF work on the ground. I've been there till today. They said they are going to charge me. I'm waiting. I'm still here. There's not any criminal charge laid against me. Why are we still talking today when they've adopted political hit run? The last day of the legislature sitting, you smuggle a report. We are no longer MPLs. We are gone 14 days to elections. We have to account about a register, a register for somebody to come to work. It must be investigated as if it's some heist illicit financial flow somewhere to determine whether a person comes to work or not.
So let me ask this. They are clear that out of more than 60 meetings in this 5-year period, you only managed to attend 18. To your mind, based on the physical meetings that they say is 18, but include now what you are saying were meetings that you attended online, how many meetings have you attended?
I've attended majority of those meetings. I've participated. If there was something wrong, Cody, why take them 5 years to determine whether I was attending or not? Where is the logic? Where's the sense in that? If somebody is not participating, it shouldn't take you 5 years. The last day of the legislature sitting, you say, here's the report. We are finding you. Here are the findings. Where must I account to now? I must come to Newzroom because there's no platform for me to go and argue it. Because the legislature now is, we have already done our farewells speech, is done, is concluded. After the 29th of May, we are coming as new people. So what must happen? So it was just a political smash and grab to denter the image and try to disrupt the EFF good work on the ground that we are going. I'm not walking around in the street of Soweto with some soccer player trying to endorse me doing door-to-door. I'm not going around with some former premier. The incumbent premier is working with the former premier to come and look for a vote. What type of a government is that? You go around bringing former presidents of South Africa, you take them to my ward. That's what tricked the politics. They brought Kgalema there in my area.
No.
And he was told...
I think we are veering now. We are veering now. It's exactly because you told me before we started the conversation that you watched Mr. Makubele here.
Yes.
And I stopped him at exactly what you are now trying to do, which is to campaign. We are simply here on the matter of the legislature. So let's do this. Were you, or did you not feel it important to go and at least attend the meeting that would find you guilty ultimately and subsequently adopt the report on your sanction? Was that not important to you?
I must be sanctioned to a meeting of a disciplinary committee that was already have its mandate from Little House. I must go. They issue a statement, ANC, saying we have taken into consideration this, and then I must go and legitimize that bogus committee of ANC caucus and use their majority to vote against the argument and come back and say these are the findings because I've participated in that committee.
All right. So as we wrap up the conversation,
yes,
you are clear that this is a political smear campaign, but it goes beyond Moshe Koma.
Yes.
It talks to the EFF and whether the EFF respects governance matters. You can't prioritize party work. Yes, constituency work is important, but if you are a party that is a government in waiting, as your leadership would say, you have to demonstrate. You have to be able to balance the two.
Thank you.
How do you respond?
Thank you, Koli. I have attended. Where are the records that they're talking about?
But you're saying you've attended majority.
A majority.
18, there's a specific number of 18. They are saying that those are the only meetings
that is a lie. That's
give me an exact number of meetings you've attended.
I've attended the majority, Koli, of the meetings in the legislature, and it ends there. I'm not going to report to the House caucuses that must inform our participation in governance. I don't report to that speak. I don't have a political principle in that legislature.
Okay.
I'm the deployee of the EFF, and I respect the mandate that the EFF have given me and the citizens of Gauteng, and I've been serving them very well. Everywhere in Gauteng, all the regions, they know my work. My people know my work. I don't need some social media or any media house to promote me. I'm known and I'm doing my work, and that is important.
Final question.
Yes.
Do you have 5 million rand to pay back in salaries, therefore?
Where will I get it, my brother? It's just some political smearing, like we said. Where is the 5 million? Where? It's not even a salary of Moshe Koma. That is an EFF salary. The EFF is the one that can determine where it goes. Where would I get the 5 million? Where? I'm not like them. I don't go around doing tenders, doing those things that they're doing, corruption. And I'm not like them. I'm a simple guy from Deep Kloof who's doing his political work.
So the EFF will be responsible for that 5 million, if indeed it is what is asked of you.
There's nothing that those comrades are going to conclusively bring. There's nothing. There's no evidence of what they're telling you. There's nothing that they're going to recoup. There's no money. There's nothing. There's no argument.
Okay.
They must go to court and prove that.
Let's see.
Thank you very much.
Let's stop there. All right. Thank you very much. Mr. Moshe Koma, the Gauteng secretary of the EFF, who doubles up as a member of the Gauteng provincial legislature.